press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome back. What the topics covered regarding p-block elements, or the contents covered regarding p-block elements, we will discuss some questions on the basis of competitive point of view. So, already we know p-block is 15th, 16th, 17th and 18th group elements. These 4 groups are for second PUC, and 2 more groups are there, that is 13th and 14th group elements are belongs to first PUC. So total 180 questions are there here in this booklet according to the topic wise. We will discuss now. So first one, question number 2. Question number 2, this is one of the important interconversions question this is. So interrelated 1.1 reaction to another reaction, one topic to another topic it is. Calcium amide CaNH2 taken twice on hydrolysis gives gas B, which on oxidation by bleaching powder gives gas C. Gas C on reaction with magnesium gives compound D, which on hydrolysis gives again gas B. Identify B, C, D respectively. So here, my dear students, this was the question, calcium amide. So p-block. Question number 2, calcium amide. Calcium amide on hydrolysis. On hydrolysis means simply you should add water to this. Addition of water to this. Addition of water, what we will get? Calcium hydroxide, and liberate one gas. That gas is called as ammonia gas. So this reaction is beyond NCERT. So make a note, my dear students. So formation of CaOH taken twice, calcium hydroxide, and liberate here NH3 gas. Liberate NH3 gas. So this is statement 1. Sentence 1. Calcium amide CaNH2 taken twice on hydrolysis gives gas B. What is gas B? Gas B is ammonia. Gas B is ammonia. While balancing this, we require 2 molecules of water. And second step, what is second sentence? Which on oxidation by bleaching powder. Very, very important reaction was that this is NH3. Reaction name is oxidation. So my dear students, here 3 types of oxidation reactions are there. Oxidation takes place in the presence of platinum, asbestos, platinized asbestos, and pressure. Product we will get NO. Oxidation takes place in the presence of bleaching powder. Bleaching powder molecular formula CaOCl2. CaOCl2 is a molecular formula of bleaching powder. Instead of bleaching powder, if you consider that is CuO. CuO is called as copper 2 oxide. Because of both 2 oxidizing agents liberate same gas. NH3 on oxidation. NH3 on oxidation in the presence of bleaching powder. NH3 on oxidation in the presence of bleaching powder, one gas will be liberated. That gas is called as N2 gas. N2 gas, it is C. That only given, see that question. B, which on oxidation by bleaching powder gives gas C. Here formation of N2 takes place, and this N2 is gas C, is combined with gas C on reaction with magnesium. Magnesium formula we know that Mg gives rise to Mg3N2. 3Mg, 2N2, this is called as magnesium nitride. So magnesium nitride, in this example magnesium nitride is D. And final, what will be the question? It is final, this D on hydrolysis. D on hydrolysis means what is D here? Mg3N2D. On hydrolysis, addition of water to this, simple we will get MgOH taken twice, magnesium hydroxide, and again liberate which gas means again liberate ammonia gas. This is B. So here make a note, my dear students, these are the regular systematic equations with respect to the question number 2. First equation, CaNH3 taken twice plus 2H2O gives rise to CaOH taken twice plus NH3. So first gas B is NH3. NH3 on oxidation in the presence of bleaching powder. NH3 on the oxidation in the presence of bleaching powder, we will get additional CaCl2 we will get, and H2O also we will get in this equation. CaCl2 plus H2O, but no need to take this because we require this compound only. N2 gas will be eliminated. So N2 gas eliminated. N2 combined with magnesium gives rise to magnesium nitride. It is D, and D on hydrolysis gives rise to again reproduce of NH3. NH3 is B. So according to that question, the correct option is first option. Once you observe that option, gas B NH3, gas C N2, and compound D is Mg3N2. So make a note, my dear students, these are the systematical equations. So right option is first one is correct answer for the question number 2, and next followed by question number 3. Question number 3, simple question this is. PCl5 on hydrolysis gives PCl5 phosphorus pentachloride. So here you should remember one point regarding this, trihalides plus water gives rise to us acids. Trihalides plus water gives rise to us acids. While going to the pentahalides plus water gives rise to ic acids. So remember, my dear students, this was very important basic fundamental point regarding P block elements. Trihalides on hydrolysis gives rise to us acids. Pentahalides on hydrolysis gives rise to ic acids. So here the question was given PCl5 on hydrolysis. PCl5 is an example for pentahalide. Pentahalide on hydrolysis gives rise to, the compound is H3PO4 plus formation of HCl. Orthophosphoric acid, the compound, this is called as orthophosphoric acid. So make a note, this is oxy acid of phosphorus, orthophosphoric acid. 5HCl, 5Cl, P3, 3 plus 5, 8, 4H2O. So PCl5 plus 4H2O. PCl5 plus 4H2O gives rise to H3PO4 plus 5HCl. Same question, suppose instead of PCl5 if there was given PCl3 was given, PCl3. So PCl3 is trihalides. Trihalides on hydrolysis gives rise to us acids. Us acids means PCl3 plus 3H2O gives rise to H3PO3 plus 3HCl. This is called as orthophosphorus acid. Orthophosphorus acid. Orthophosphorus acid. So my dear students, make a note regarding this. If pentahalides on hydrolysis gives rise to ic acids. Ic acids are strong acids. Us acids are weak acids. So according to the options, option number 2 is the right answer for question number 3. Question number 3, PCl5 plus 4H2O gives rise to H3PO4. H3PO4 plus 5HCl. And next followed by that question number 6. Question number 6. Which of the following oxide is most acidic? most acidic, most basic, metallic, non-metallic. Simple here. I will give one information regarding this. Down the group, generally it is a metallic nature, metallic character increases, non-metallic character decreases. So here generally non-metal oxides are acidic, metal oxides are basic. Here 4 options are given: As2O3, P2O5, Sb2O3, Bi2O3. Actually N2O3 you should take this like this, P2O3, As2O3, Sb2O3 and Bi2O3 down the group. These all are belongs to 15th A group elements: nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. So down the group metallic character increases, non-metallic character decreases. Metal oxides are basic. Metal oxides are basic. Non-metal oxides are acidic. Clear it is. Non-metal oxides are acidic. Metal oxides are basic. Non-metal oxides are acidic. So here down the group, non-metallic character decreases, metallic character increases. So here this option was not there, N2O3. After N2O3, next one is what? P2O3. P2O3 is the most acidic. P2O3 is most acidic. Bi2O3 is least acidic. Least acidic is nothing but it is basic. So right option is P2O3. P2O3 is P2O5. In that one P2O5 pentoxide it is. Pentoxides are strong oxides than trioxides. So actually in that example they should give P2O3. Instead of loss there was given P2O5, there is no difference. So right answer for this question number 6 is option number 2, that is P2O5. Make a note, these points are very very important, common fundamental basic points. Down the group metallic character increases, non-metallic character decreases. Means metal oxides are said to be basic, non-metal oxides are said to be acidic. So this was question number 6. Option is P2O5. And the next one, question number 10. Question number 10. The correct order of reducing abilities of hydrides of 5th A group elements. So here 5th A group elements hydrides, 5 hydrides are there: ammonia, phosphine, arsine, stibine and bismuthine. These 5 are the hydrides of 15th A group elements. Down the group, you should remember, down the group means what I am discussing regarding hydrides only. Down the group, size increases, nitrogen to phosphorus size increase, phosphorus to arsenic size increase, antimony size increase, bismuth increases. Size increase means binding energy decreases. Binding energy decreases means thermal stability decreases. This is point number 1. Down the group, size increases. Size increases means binding energy decreases. Binding energy decreases is nothing but thermal stability decreases. Which is more stable? Ammonia is more stable, bismuthine is least stable. Ammonia is a strong base, bismuthine is a weak base. And what was the question here? The correct order of reducing abilities. Reducing abilities means easy to donate H+. Availability of H+ is easy. On which example availability of H+ was easy? In BiH3 the availability was easy because of the size is more. More size means it can easily donate H+. Due to that, the correct order of reducing abilities of hydrides of 5th A group elements, option 1, NH3 less than, PH3 less than, ASH3 less than, SbH3 less than, BiH3. Due to the size increases, H will be easily available for other substances. Option 2, once you go to that option 2, is correct for thermal stability as well as basic character. thermal stability and basic character, option 2 is the right answer. But for reducing agent, for reducing abilities of hydrides, which one is more reducing ability means bismuthine. BiH3 is a more reducing ability. So NH3 less than, PH3 less than, ASH3 less than, SbH3 less than, BiH3. According to the question, this was the right answer. But you have to concentrate, the second option is also very important. The second option is applied for thermal stability of 15th A group element hydrides and basic strength of 15th A group hydrides. So according to the information, the correct option is first option for question number 10, and next one is question number 14. Question number 14, simple question, that is question number 14. The most stable hydride is only one and only, that is NH3 is stable. Already now only I said that is down the group stability decreases. Why stability decreases? Stability decreases, size increases, stability decreases, bond energy decreases. And why NH3 only more stable? One and only reason here, due to the presence of hydrogen bonding. Make a note, my dear students, intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Due to the presence of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, ammonia is more stable hydride. Least stable hydride is bismuthine. More stable hydride is ammonia. Because of which, what will be the reason? Lesser size, more stable. Why it was more stable? Due to the presence of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Due to the presence of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, ammonia is more stable. And next question number, so correct option is first option for that question. Next question number is 17th. Phosphorus can be prepared by heating calcium phosphate with silica only, heating calcium phosphate with coke and silica, heating calcium phosphate with coke only. So this was one of the important question for JEE mains, because of this is beyond NCERT. So in NCERT textbook also this point was not there. Once you read that NCERT, then you will get the idea about this. So phosphorus can be prepared by, the option for this question is option B is the right answer, because of heating calcium phosphate with coke and silica. So you make a note regarding the equation. This is completely beyond NCERT. So write down that equation regarding question number 17. Phosphorus Ca3 PO4 taken twice plus coke means carbon, silica is SiO2, gives rise to here 10C 6 SiO2. We will get P4, it is a white phosphorus plus 6 CaSiO3. This is called as calcium silicate. This is called as a calcium silicate and formation of carbon monoxide. So this question was beyond NCERT, my dear students. Make a note, this equation was not there in your text. So especially it was for JEE entrance point of view question. So phosphorus can be prepared by, what will be the method to preparation of phosphorus? Calcium phosphate which are treated with silica molecular formula SiO2, and coke is carbon, gives rise to P4 is white phosphorus, and it is CaSiO3 is called as calcium silicate and liberate which gas here? Carbon monoxide gas. So correct option for this question is second option is the right answer for this question. And question number 18 also. Next question number 18, airbag used in cars. Airbag used in cars contain, already we know that nowadays cars airbags means to protect the human life. While accident takes place, automatically airbags will be opened. How these are opened means that airbags which contains NaN3 is called as sodium azide. On decomposition of sodium azide, it liberates which gas? N2 gas. A brief explanation was there regarding this, but we don't need no need about that. So, what will be the composition? How that airbags will be opened means that contains NaN3. NaN3 means barium sodium azide. Sodium azide is unstable. So, here 18th question it is NaN3 on thermal decomposition on while getting heating or some energy will be supplied, then it liberates Na plus N2. Na plus N2 means will liberate which gas it is? So, sodium and liberates dinitrogen gas. Due to the liberation of dinitrogen gas, airbag airbags which are used in the compound is sodium azide, because of spontaneously decompose to liberate N2 gas, and it form one bag to protect the human lives. Clear it is. So, question number 18, option number 3 will be the right answer, and next one going to the question number 19th. Question number 19. Which acid is not formed by the action of water on phosphorus pentoxide? Which acid is not formed by the action of water on phosphorus pentoxide? Already I said that pentoxides on hydrolysis gives rise to ic acid. Option 1 given HPO3 metaphosphoric acid, H4P2O7 pyrophosphoric acid, H3PO4 orthophosphoric acid, H3PO3 orthophosphorus acid. So, my dear students, logical question this is. Simple, the question was logic question was there. How to find the option? If you find like this type of questions, how to find the option? Option 1 given HPO3 metaphosphoric acid. HPO3 is called as metaphosphoric acid. Second one H4P2O7. H4P2O7. Third one H3PO4. And fourth one is H3PO3. So, here simple pentoxide question was which acid is not formed by the action of water on phosphorus pentoxide. Already you know that pentoxide plus water gives rise to ic acid. Ic acid is and one more information I will give regarding this ic acid means oxidation state. Oxidation state is maximum. Oxidation state is maximum is said to be ic acid. Oxidation state is minimum is said to be as acid, or number of oxygens will be more ic acid, less amount of oxygens as acid. So, here example 1 metaphosphoric acid, pyrophosphoric acid, orthophosphoric acid, orthophosphorus acid. Already we know oxygen oxidation number -2 and hydrogen oxidation number +1. According to the oxidation numbers, we have to calculate the oxidation state of phosphorus. Simple, imagine oxygen 2, hydrogen 1. So, here 3 2s are 6, 6 minus 1, 3 2s are 6. Imagine oxygen oxidation number 2, hydrogen oxidation number 1, because 1 is minus, 1 is plus. So, 3 2s are 6, 6 minus 1 is equals to +5. In example number 1, phosphorus exhibit +5 oxidation state. In example number 2, 7 2s are 14, 7 2s are 14, 14 minus 4, 10, 10 by 2, because 2 phosphorus atoms are there here. Once you observe 7 2s are 14, 14 minus 4, 10, 10 by 2 +5. Here also phosphorus oxidation number +5. And we are coming to the third example, 4 2s are 8, 4 2s are 8, 8 minus 3 +5 oxidation number. Because of phosphorus belongs to 15th A group element, 15th A group elements maximum oxidation number +5, oxidation state is maximum is said to be what? weak acids. Oxidation state is minimum is said to be as acids. So here oxidation state is maximum weak acid. 15th A group element maximum oxidation number is +5. Maximum oxidation number is +5. And we will come into the last example, H3PO3. H3PO3, 3 oxygens, 3 to the 6, 6 minus 3 plus 3. So see my dear students, here simple logic it is. Based on this logic we have to find that correct option. Option 1, 2, 3 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Maximum oxidation number exhibit. Because the question was, what was the question? Pentoxide on hydrolysis. Pentoxide on hydrolysis. Pentoxide on hydrolysis gives rise to which oxide? Weak acid. Weak acid oxidation state is maximum. Example 1, 2, 3 contains maximum oxidation number equal to group number. But example 4 doesn't contain maximum oxidation number. Example 4 is +3 oxidation number. +3 oxidation number means this compound is obtained when phosphorus trioxide on hydrolysis gives rise to phosphorus acid. Phosphorus pentoxide on hydrolysis gives rise to phosphoric acids, weak acids. So what will be the right option regarding the question number 19 means the right option is fourth option. Fourth option is does not formed. Fourth option is does not form because of, in this example, oxidation number of phosphorus is minimum. Minimum oxygens are present. It is said to be as acid. The question is weak acid. The question is pentoxides. Pentoxides on hydrolysis gives rise to weak acids. So correct option is fourth option is right answer for that question number 19th, and followed by question number 26. Question number 26. So here also question number 26 very important. Very important organic chemistry question it is. Acetamide react with P2O5 to give. My dear students, you make a note please, this is very important. P2O5 is a dehydrating agent. P2O5 is dehydrating agent. What is the meaning of dehydrating agent? Means removal of water. Removal of water. Removal of water from only functional group. Removal of water from only functional group. So here acetamide react with P2O5. What is P2O5? P2O5 is act as strong dehydrating agent. What is the meaning of dehydrating agent? Removal of water. What will be the question? Acetamide. What is acetamide formula? CH3CONH2. CH3CONH2 is called as acetamide. Here they will give like this P2O5. Here one heat symbol. Simple, you should remove water. Remove two hydrogen atoms. Remove one oxygen atom. What will be the left? CH3CN. CH3CN plus H2O. What is CH3CN? Methyl cyanide. CH3CN is called as methyl cyanide. Option 1, see that. Option 1 is a methyl cyanide. Option 2, methyl cyanate was there. Cyanate means CNO. Ethyl cyanide means C2H5CN. Ethyl isocyanate, those are different. So here what will get? Methyl cyanide. So first option is right for question number 26. Option number 1, acetamide. Acetamide molecular formula CH3CONH2 on strong heating in the presence of P2O5, because P2O5 is act as dehydrating agent. Dehydrating means you should remove water. Removal of water from functional group. Removal of water from functional group, not from alkyl groups. This point keep in your mind, my dear students. Water removal takes place from functional group only. If sufficient oxygens are not there, then you consider one more molecule of reactant. Then only you should remove water molecule. And next one, question number 27. 27th question. This is a theory oriented question, already 27. Brown ring in the test of nitrate ion is obtained due to the formation of already brown ring. What will the brown ring means? This will be one of the experiment to identification of nitrate in laboratory. Salt solution plus freshly prepared FeSO4 solution plus drop wise you should add concentrated sulfuric acid. While adding concentrated sulfuric acid, you will get one brown color ring. That brown color ring is confirmatory test for nitrate ions. Confirmatory tests for nitrate ions. So here salt solution plus freshly prepared freshly prepared FeSO4 plus concentrated sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid gives rise to brown ring. So very important, brown ring. What will be the composition in brown ring? What will be the composition in brown ring, and what will be the IUPAC name of that brown ring, and what will be the oxidation state of iron in that brown ring? These three questions are very important, my dear students. Question number 1, composition of brown ring. Question number 2, IUPAC name. Question number 3, oxidation state of iron. If you should read this concept, you should thorough these three questions, because this was very important. So that will be how brown ring will be obtained means salt solution plus freshly prepared FeSO4 solution plus concentrated sulfuric acid. Salt solution plus freshly prepared FeSO4 solution plus concentrated sulfuric acid leads to the formation of brown ring. So what is brown ring? What is brown ring? Brown ring is confirmatory test for nitrate. Confirmatory test for nitrate, and that brown ring contains ferrous salts. FeSO4 produce ferrous salts. So here I will give that composition of brown ring. Question number 27, Fe H2O take N5 NO SO4. This is composition of brown ring. Make a note, my dear students, very important. Fe H2O take N5 NO SO4. Here NO is ligand, this is called as nitrosonium. Nitrosonium. Water molecule is said to be aqua. Penta aqua nitrosonium ferrate 2. Ferrate 2 sulfate. Or you should remove this SO4. Already we know that SO4 is written as SO4 charge will be the -2. SO4 charge will be the what it is? -2 charge. So here instead of this we should write, or we should write Fe H2O take N5 NO2 plus NO2 plus instead of SO4 sulfate, ferrous sulfate. Penta aqua nitrosonium ferrous iron 2 ion. Penta aqua nitrosonium iron 2 ion. Penta aqua nitrosonium iron 2 ion. NO is ligand, H2O is a ligand, H2O is a neutral ligand. H2O is a neutral ligand. According to the question, first option is right answer for that. What will be the brown ring means? Brown ring is FeH2O take N5 NOSO4. And what will be the IUPAC name of this compound means? Penta aqua nitrosonium ferrous 2 sulfate, iron 2 sulfate. And we should write penta aqua nitrosonium ferrate 2 or iron 2 ion, And one more point is there regarding this in this example, and H2O is a neutral, H2O is a neutral ligand, H2O is neutral ligand, so it is 0, and NO nitrosonium it is, nitrosonium is not neutral, it is positive ligand, so it is charge is +1, and you should find that answer for iron is iron X you should take, and 5 into 0 plus how many NOs? 1 into +1 is equals to +2. So X plus 0 plus 1 is equals to +2. So X is equals to 2 minus 1, X is equals to +1. This was very important, my dear students. Make a note of this question also. Oxidation state of iron in brown ring. Oxidation state of iron in brown ring is +1. Oxidation state of iron in brown ring is +1. And composition of brown ring, FeH2O take N5 NOSO4, or you should write FeH2O take N5 NO, and IUPAC name of FeH2O take N5 NO means penta aqua nitrosonium iron 2 ion, penta aqua nitrosonium iron 2 ion, or penta aqua nitrosonium iron 2 sulfate. And what will be the oxidation state of iron in that example? Oxidation state of iron in this example 27, this example is +1. So according to that question, what will be the answer means? Answer is FeH2O take N5 NOSO4. Option 1 is the right answer for question number 27, and followed by question number 30. Question number 30. Which of the following is more acidic? Already we done this one. 30th question. More acidic. More acidic, P4O6, P4O10, AS4O6, AS4O10. 2 points keep in your mind. Down the group metallic character increases. Metallic character increases means basic character increases. Down the group metallic character increases. Metallic character increases, that is basic nature increases. Phosphorus, after phosphorus arsenic, and one is trioxide, second one is pentoxide. Pentoxides are stronger than trioxides because pentoxides are produce ic acids, trioxides are produce acids on hydrolysis. Pentoxides produce ic acids, trioxides produce acids on hydrolysis. P4O6, AS4O6. P4O6 is strong acidic, AS4O6 weak. P4O10, AS4O10. P4O10 strong acidic, AS4O10 weak acidic. So, out of this, for example, which one is a more acidic? Means more acidic is phosphorus pentoxide. P4O10 is a more acidic oxide. So, remember this point, you should remember this point. If you are perfect, then you will get the correct option. Down the group, metallic character increases. Metallic character increases means basic nature increases. Basic nature increases, acidic nature decreases. Non-metals, acidic oxides. Metal oxides are basic oxides. So, right option for question number 10, 30th is second option is right. Second option is the right answer for question number 30. And next one is question number 34. Question number 34. Question number 34, an organic compound A is oxidized with Na2O2 followed by boiling with HNO3. The resultant solution is then treated with ammonium molybdate to yield a yellow PPT. Based on above observation, the element present in the given compound is. Already it was done in first PU. In organic chemistry, qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, estimation of phosphorus. This experiment only. Phosphorus, how to estimate phosphorus. How to estimate phosphorus means an organic compound which contains phosphorus oxidized with Na2O2, we will get Na3PO4, sodium phosphate. Sodium phosphate boiling with HNO3, phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid is treated with ammonium molybdate. We will get one yellow color precipitation. That yellow color precipitation is nothing but mixing of phosphorus plus ammonium. So, this is a good test or good estimation for phosphorus. So, what the equations takes place in this reaction? Just now we'll discuss now it is. So, an organic compound A is oxidized with Na2O2 followed by boiling with HNO3. Question number 34. Organic compound Na2O2 gives rise to Na3PO4. This is first one, A. An organic compound A. This is organic compound A. An organic compound A is oxidized with Na2O2 followed by boiling with HNO3. Followed by boiling with HNO3 gives rise to H3PO4. H3PO4 is called as a phosphoric acid. H3PO4 is called as phosphoric acid. The resultant solution is treated with ammonium molybdate. The resultant solution treated with ammonium molybdate. What is ammonium molybdate? NH4 taken twice, MoO4. NH4 taken twice, MoO4 is called as ammonium molybdate. And so step 1 we will get sodium phosphate, and step 2 will get phosphoric acid, and after phosphoric acid it treated with ammonium molybdate to yield a yellow PPT. To yield an yellow PPT. What is yellow PPT means? Ammonium phosphate NH4 taken thrice, PO4, MoO3. So MoO2 it is. So it is ammonium phosphomolybdate. Ammonium phosphomolybdate. Based on this experiment, this already we done in first PUC in organic chemistry. So qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis, or it's done qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis. So already we done in first PUC. So where you observed this ammonium molybdate means simply you should go, that is phosphorus. That is what? Phosphorus. So correct option for this question number 34 is phosphorus is right answer. So here 12 MoO2 will get question number 34, option number 4 is the right answer for this question number 34. And while coming to the question number 36, question number 36, which of the following can act as both oxidant and reductant? Both oxidant and reductant. How to find? How to find means intermediate oxidation we required. Maximum oxidations cannot be undergoes both. Intermediate oxidation state. Intermediate oxidation state means once you observe option number 1 HNO2, question number 36 HNO2, option number 2 NH3, option number 3 HNO3, and option number 4 N2O5. N2O5, 5 2s are 10 means 10 by 2 plus 5 here, here plus 5, here nitrogen plus 3, here nitrogen 2 to the 4 minus 1 plus 3, plus 3 it is minus 3, so right. So HNO2 2 to the 4 plus 3. See my dear students, this is one of the important question. So HNO2, nitrous acid, interconversion plus 3 to plus 5 possibility is there, plus 3 to minus 3 possibility is there. So intermediate oxidation state, not maximum oxidation state. Example number 1, example number 3, example number 4. Option 3 and option 4, maximum oxidation states does not exhibit both properties, oxidizing as well as reducing. What will be the condition for oxidizing as well as reducing means that we should require the intermediate oxidation state. Intermediate means which can disproportionation reaction, some disproportionation reactions will be there. HNO2 gives rise to HNO3 plus NO2, HNO3 plus NO2, that type of examples we will get both oxidizing as well as reducing agent. So for like this type of questions we required intermediate oxidation states. So don't consider these three options, these two options, HNO3 and N2O5 does not consider, and don't consider ammonia also. Ammonia also not exhibit both oxidizing as well as reducing. Only one and only example was there, that is HNO2 only the example which exhibit oxidizing as well as reducing. So this is the equation, HNO2 gives rise to HNO3 plus NO, here plus 3, here plus 5, here plus 1, plus 3 to plus 5 oxidation, plus 3 to plus 1 reduction. Two reactions takes place, one is oxidation reaction, second one is reduction reaction. So option 1 is the right answer for question number 36, and followed by that question number 43. Question number 43. Question number 43, very important. Make a star mark for this question, because in examination point of view this type of questions are expected. The number of pOH bonds present in pyrophosphoric acid and hypophosphoric acid. First you have to know the formulas. H4P2O7 pyrophosphoric acid, hypophosphoric acid H4P2O6, H4P2O6 hypophosphoric acid, H4P2O7 pyrophosphoric acid. All these two oxy acids are tetrabasic. Tetrabasic means 4 OH functional groups are present. 4 OH functional groups are present means you should write like this: OH, OH. Each phosphorus is surrounded by 4 OH functional groups. So this is the structure of pyrophosphoric acid. 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogens and 2 phosphorus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 oxygens. So this is pyrophosphoric acid. Removal of this oxygen. Removal of this oxygen, the remaining part is hypophosphoric acid. Hypophosphoric acid is simple here. In hypophosphoric acid, PP bond will be there. In pyrophosphoric acid, POP bond is present. Remember, these are compulsory. OH bond is compulsory, double bond O is compulsory. Along with OH and along with double bond O, some cases POP bond or PP bond or PH bond takes place in that oxy acids of phosphorus. So here how many OH groups? 1, 2, 3, 4 OH groups. Here how many POH bonds? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 POH bonds in each are present in pyrophosphoric acid and hypophosphoric acid. So that question number 43, option number 4 is right answer. 4, 4. See that last option, 4, 4, pyrophosphoric and hypophosphoric. Draw the structures, then you will get the idea about this. Clear? So option number 4 is right answer for question number 43. And question number 48, which of the following acid is monobasic? Which of the following acid is monobasic? For option 1, hypophosphorus. Option 2, orthophosphoric. Option 3, pyrophosphoric. Option 4, hypophosphoric. Simple. First you have to know the structure formulas, then you will get idea about this. Question. Hypophosphorus H3PO2. Orthophosphoric pyrophosphoric hypophosphoric monobasic means only one OH group. Only one OH group is said to be monobasic. Already this is tetrabasic. Pyrophosphoric acid tetrabasic, so it is wrong option. Hypophosphoric acid also tetrabasic, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 OH functional groups are there, so it is also wrong option. Then while coming to the hypophosphorus acid and orthophosphorus acid. Orthophosphorus acid, you should draw the structure is like this: POH, POH, POH and double bond O. This is called as orthophosphorus acid. Orthophosphorus acid, POH, POH, POH and double bond O. And while coming to the hypophosphorus, this is the structure: POH, P double bond O, H, H. In this example, this is very important, my dear students. Make a note for this first example. Hypophosphorus acid is the strongest reducing agent. Strongest reducing agent, what will be the reason means in this structure direct hydrogen atoms are directly attached to the non-metal phosphorus atom. Hydrogen atoms are directly attached to the phosphorus atom. Due to this reason, this is the strongest reducing agent. Out of the total oxy acids of phosphorus, which is strong reducing agent means hypophosphorus acid is strong reducing agent, and in this example only one OH group is there. One OH group is monobasic, 3 OH groups tribasic, 4 OH groups tetrabasic. So according to the options, first option is the right answer for that question. Hypophosphorus acid is monobasic. Why hypophosphorus acid is monobasic? Due to the presence of only one OH group. Remaining 2 hydrogen atoms are directly attached to the phosphorus atom. Due to that, this particular compound is act as the strongest reducing agent. So this will be the right option. 40th question, number option 1 is the right answer. And while going to the 49th question, already we discussed the oxidation state of iron in Browning complex. Already we discussed that is +1. Oxidation state of Browning complex, FeH2O taken for NOSO. For already I said H2O neutral ligand, substitute where H2O is there 0 and NO is positive ligand, substitute +1 and SO4 is -2. So +1 -2 plus X. So here already we discussed that question number 49. Browning. In Browning, iron atom undergoes +1 oxidation state. 49, Fe, H2O again 5, NO, SO4, imagine it is X, we have to find X, plus 5 into 0, this is neutral, plus 1 into 1, this is positive, minus 2 means sulfate is minus 2, sulfate minus 2, NO is plus 1 is equals to 0. So, X plus 0 minus 2 minus 1, sorry, plus 1 minus 2 is equals to 0. X minus 1 is equals to 0, we will get X is equals to plus 1. Each and every time while calculating like this was difficult, so due to that you should remember oxidation state of iron in brown ring is plus 1. And NO is called as nitrosonium ligand. Nitrosonium is unipositive ligand. H2O neutral ligand, aqua it is. SO4 is minus 2. SO4 already you know that negative charge sulfate ion. So option 1 is a right answer for question number 49, Browning. Don't neglect, this was very important question. And next one, question number 54. Question number 54. Question number 54. With respect to H3PO3, correct statement is with respect to H3PO3. H3PO3 ortho phosphorus acid. Make a note, this is the structure of this compound, POH, POH, PH, double bond O. It is dibasic acid. Tribasic acid wrong, dibasic acid is right answer, neutral acid is wrong, monobasic acid is also wrong. So how many OH groups are there? 2 OH functional groups are there. So it is an example for dibasic acid. So the compound name is ortho phosphorus acid. So option number is 2 is right answer for that question. And next number, question number 55. Which of the following elements? Which of the following elements can be involved in p pi and d pi bonding? So remember, like this type of questions, p pi d pi. P pi d pi means we required third period elements. Second period elements always form p pi bond. Third period elements form p pi and d pi because of third level d orbitals are available. Availability of d orbitals in third level, they can form p pi d pi bonds. So for this question number 55 you make a note, second period elements form only p pi bonds. While coming to the third period elements form p pi, d pi, p pi, p pi, p pi, d pi. Third period elements we want p pi, d pi. So third period elements form p pi, d pi. So here carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, boron, carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus. Here see this, boron, carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus. Nitrogen second period element, phosphorus third period element. Already we know that phosphorus 15th, neon, you should write 3s2, 3p3. So here third level means third period. Carbon, boron, nitrogen doesn't have p orbitals, doesn't have d orbitals. Boron, carbon, nitrogen doesn't have d orbitals. Due to that reason, second period elements does not form p pi bonds. Third period elements form p pi d pi bonds. In this example, phosphorus is right. Instead of phosphorus, they should give sulfur is also right. Instead of sulfur, chlorine also right. They can ready to form p pi d pi bonds. So p pi d pi means you should make a note in your mind. Keep this point in your mind. Third period elements are from p pi d pi bonds. So option number 3 is the right answer for that question number 55. And next one, question number 57. Question number 57, strong reducing behavior of H3PO2 is due to. Now only we discuss this is. You make a note, my dear students, this is the structure is like this. According to this structure, High oxidation state of phosphorus is wrong option. Presence of two OH groups also wrong option because of only one OH group is there. And presence of one OH group and two pH bonds. See that option number 3. Option number 3 is the right answer for this question. This is only the suitable reason for the strong reducing behavior of H3PO2. Strong reducing behavior of H3PO2 due to the presence of one OH group and two pH bonds. One OH group and two pH bonds. This will be the answer for that strong reducing behavior of H3PO2. So option number 3 is the right answer for that question number 57, and followed by question number 62. Question number 62, we discussed already this question also. Question number 62, PCl3 on hydrolysis. PCl3 on hydrolysis, we know PCl3 is a trihalide. Trihalide on hydrolysis. Trihalide on hydrolysis gives rise to H3PO3 plus HCl. H3PO3 as acid, phosphorus acid. H3PO3 phosphorus acid. So according to the options, option 1 is wrong, H3PO2. Option 2 H3PO3. Option 3 HCl. Option 4 both 2 and 3. Both 2 and 3 is the right option for that question number 62. So make a note. Option number 4 is right for question number 62. So for question number 62, PCl3 plus 3H2 gives us to H3PO3 plus 3HCl. Right option is the fourth option. So this will be the end of the session, and next class we will discuss some more questions regarding P block. That should be still 10 questions are there for 15th group elements. After that completion of that, we will go to discuss about 16, 17, 18 group elements also. So stay with us, stay safe, all the best. Thank you.